It was the first bilateral meeting between the two leaders since the crisis in Ukraine. Relations have been strained, but that didn't really come across in public. President Vladimir Putin reminded everyone of the strong economic ties between Russia and Germany and how much Germany gets out of it.
We would like to observe we have increasing trade. In January and February, our trade increased by 43%. Germany is the biggest buyer of Russian natural gas, with Russia supplying 35% of Germany's gas needs. Germany invests $16 billion into the Russian economy, and German businesses have privileges in Russia.
Ukraine seemed to be the main issue on the agenda, both leaders agreeing the Minsk agreement, which aims to end the crisis in Ukraine, must be adhered to, regardless of them being poles apart as to what that really means. Merkel too stressed their cooperation.
There indeed are encouraging developments in terms of bilateral economic cooperation between Germany and Russia. For me, the aim remains to also reach the point where we can lift sanctions on part of the European Union through the implementation of the Minsk agreement. But these issues are interconnected. Nonetheless, we have bilateral contacts in the fields of the economy, science, research and youth exchanges, which I would like to stress.
There was nothing groundbreaking. Both remained committed to political talks to resolve Syria and to an independent investigation into the chemical attack in Khan Sheikhoun, for which the Syrian government has denied responsibility. Angela Merkel raised the issue of Chechnya and the reports of atrocities against gay men. She says she urged President Putin to do his utmost to protect those minorities. Anyone looking for obvious tension here would have been disappointed. But then the most interesting conversations are always kept behind closed doors. Merkel stayed in Sochi for a couple of hours, departing Russia before sunset. Following on from that, President Putin spoke to President Donald Trump on the phone, and he'll host Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan on Wednesday. So a flurry of diplomatic activity here in Sochi, whether face-to-face or on the phone. In the space of 24 hours, President Putin would have spoken to Chancellor Angela Merkel, President Donald Trump and President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. But in the world of international relations, that doesn't necessarily mean much. In fact, it's highly unlikely that any of international crises like Ukraine or Syria will be solved in the short term. Stefanie, Dekker, Al Jazeera, Sochi.